You found our show, so come on in and take a seat. Warrior class, we got the keys. Dun, 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 dun. To get you where you need to be, just study our show, and you're gonna grow like crazy. Watching you will see. Dun, 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 dun. Warrior class, we got the keys, just watch our show, 'cause it's for you and your babies.
Welcome to Warrior Class.
The teachers will pass.
And you will too, if you pass. All right. This is the most common martial arts techniques used by police episode.
Yes, it is.
And, just growing up all my life, seeing police use these techniques over and over from when I was probably 10 years old to today. They're using the same old techniques, which, I'm saying same old. I'm not making light of them because many of us have been hospitalized, injured permanently, died because of these techniques. So we're going to look at the most common ones and analyze them. Break them down, talk about their strengths and their weaknesses. So you will understand how they're used, why they're used. You understand these things. Okay. So we're going to deal with that. But first, we're going to get into some news, and then we'll get right to it.
Send a shout out real quick to the chat. Please like and subscribe and share the for us, please. Shout out to Candy Rain. The Amaniki is not here with us, but she's in the chat.
Yeah.
Black Timbo, 40J Blaze.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you all will see at the top too, and I'll go into it. You'll see the link to Too Long Didn't Train, TLDT. Too Long Didn't Train. So check that out, and we'll talk on that in a minute.
Exactly. And congratulations on that. That is the new book out by Balagun Otitade, hot on the press, and we're gonna speak on that just shortly. And real quick, man, I just, I be having these conversations with my friends, man, that really spark me to. You see, I come in here and end up talking about certain things lately, and it really encompasses like all my training and everything and where I'm at as a man. And one thing that I think that we should make sure we're doing is asking ourselves questions that we never asked ourselves and each other. Like you always say, if you don't know something, it don't exist. And one of my friends was making a joke with one of my other friends, but it was in truth at the same time. We was joking, but then we got serious, which we do, like you see, we do on the show. And he said, man, how can we assist you and help you with your insecurities? And when he asked them that, I immediately posed the question to myself, like, how could they help? And I was like, shit, I don't even know how to answer that. Like, I wouldn't even know. First, you got to make sure you can identify, truthfully within yourself, your insecurities. And then you got to be able to know how somebody can help you with it.
And you got to be willing to speak it.
And man, with just him saying, I said, I had to stop. I was like, whoa, that's heavy. I gotta say something about that on the show. And because it automatically goes to, if you don't know something that don't exist. And the reason that notion is so powerful, because that's life and death when you train. If you don't know how to get from off your back when somebody gets you down there and about to choke you, which is the simplest technique one of the simplest techniques that there is, you could die. But if you don't know that, and so a lot of the things I think, the reason I'm saying it like that is because a lot of the things I think that we don't never have asked ourselves actually can be simple things if we just understood it. You know what I'm saying? Like if we have these conversations at an earlier age and really understand the mind, the emotions, and all of that. The whole, I don't want to use too many words to convolute what I'm trying to say, but just have those conversations and don't be afraid to speak these things with your friends and family, you know what I'm saying? Because it can't do anything but build character. And I just thought that was a great question, even though I can't answer it, but now I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to mention that. But let's get to this book, man, that you didn't tell anybody you was making.
Yeah.
I mean, like you always do. I mean, who are you?
Yeah.
And there's no warning, though. You usually tell something.
Yeah, the reason why an idea will hit me and I start working, and I don't even tell my wife what I'm working on. My children, none of them. I used to, and then, people would say, well, why are you working? That, I don't know, that don't sound right, or something would be said, well, you should be doing so and so.
Andre 3000, right. When he put out Hey Y'all, before he put it out, he let his best friend hear. His best friend said, man, if you put this shit in your career, this is the worst song ever. I think I said on the last one, this is the worst song ever. He said, man, I really like this song though. Man, don't put this out. No, and he said, you know what, I'm gonna put it out anyway. That's song number one, how to sell song you ever did.
So
gotta follow the spirits.
Love folks, but I know how folks can't see your vision.
They ain't here to do what you doing.
Right.
I mean,
everybody got different. You got an idea, and you may be like, this idea is hot, and you see how it's going to end, right? It's going to be, but other people might be like, that sounds like garbage. So just sometimes it's best to keep stuff to yourself. So with my writing, with fiction, sometimes I'll share that. Mm-hmm. But with my nonfiction, because I go into concepts that hit my mind and I know how I'm going to deliver it, but it might sound crazy. So when I said, too long, didn't read, I keep seeing that, and they be getting on my nerve like, damn, our attention span is that short. So I said, you know what? It is, because in training, people will be like, I just want to get to the killing technique. They don't want to do the basics because the attention span is short. So they just want to get to the killing techniques. And that also speaks to their opinion of what martial arts is, too. Like we're just killers. Most martial artists are not killers, y'all. Mm.
That's interesting. It is a big, it's like there's this one group with the shortest attention span has ever been, seemed like, but there's also another group, podcasts are the number one things being watched right now. So yes, there's people with the ability to sit down and observe and watch. Right. And then, you know what I'm saying? So it's amazing.
Well,
but it's always been
it's all right. It's always been there. But there's a brother that we both know. I'm not going to name him because I'm not trying to shame him. But he wrote a book talking about it's a book for people with short attention spans. And each page is really one sentence. I said, this is ridiculous. 140 pages or something. I said, this is some garbage. Now, that was garbage. Now, if he had told me that, and this is why you don't always tell me, I'd have said, man, that's some garbage. But hey, shit, it may have been the biggest seller in the world for him. I don't know. It wasn't, but that was, so.
That was his fault for asking you what he said. He should ask you like you said, so you can't ask me.
So now, when I did Too Long Didn't Read, Too Long Didn't Train. I said, well, Too Long Didn't Read, yeah, Too Long Didn't Train. People, same thing. So I'm going to write a book about Too Long Didn't Train. So people with short attention spans, let's kill the excuse for them too. So now I'm going to give a book that is filled with tips, tricks, and hacks for self-defense, self-protection. I talk about the difference between self-defense, martial art, and self-protection in the book too. And we've talked about it here, but I go into detail there. We deal with how to deal with many of the common attacks, armed, disarmed, how to use and utilize improvised weapons. It's all in there, but all the fluff is not there. There are no pictures. So normally in my martial arts books, self-defense books, I have pictures breaking down each of them. But I've simplified it so much that when you read it, you know exactly what you need to do. So the book is #1 on Amazon for 90-minute Kindle 90-minute short reads.
It's a celebration
for sports and outdoors, right?
That's what's up.
So it's #1 on paperback. It's number 77, and you're in the top 100. You're doing well. It's number 77 for I believe survival and preparedness. This is one of the categories. I think it is. It's in the top 100 in 2-3 categories.
Wow.
And on Kindle, it's in the top 100
That's
in like 4 or 5 categories.
Congratulations, man. That's what's up.
Thank you. So and thank you all for your support, and let's keep it going.
Please continue to support. Let's keep it #1.
This book is small, so it can go in, and I did that on purpose. It's small, so it can go right in your backpack, in your pocket. You can take that with you right. You can read that. It's a short, like I said, 90-minute read.
Simple, so you can give it to the young, give it to the old, who are interested, not interested, whatever presence, great.
Yes. Now I would say 12 and older, because I limited my language. In my books, a lot of times I'll be like, I use colorful language because I write it almost like I speak. But in this book, I limited it. I think maybe I only got 1 curse word, 2. Shit is the word I use. So if you want your child to, hear that, I remember asking my students one time.
You want your child to hear that, but if you're
okay with it, you're okay. They didn't hear it.
I know you don't want.
Right. I asked the students one time. I said, "I'm writing this book for teenagers, preteens and teenagers. Is it okay to use the word hell?" And B-Lay was like, "Yeah, of course." And most people. But there were 2 of my students like, "No, that is absolutely not acceptable." So I said, "Damn, I know y'all got some prudish children there, because hell, if that's too much."
The kids was right there, it's like, "We ain't saying hell in front of our church."
I'm like, what shall I use? Heck? And one sister said, "No, heck is too much too."
Get out of here.
And I said that Ogunlewa. It was Ogunlewa and Akimbola. They were like, hell too much. And so Ogunlewa said, I said, "Well, what about heck? That's too much too." I said, "Well, folks use Gashjiwali or something?" So, but everybody got, what they let their child hear. Now me, my children, I don't have a problem with them reading that, because I know they watch anime. Okay. Anime doesn't have any cursing in it, but it's got people getting their throats slit and stuff.
Right. Yapu said, "Congratulations on the new book, Bob. Your writing machine." She also said, "I want to thank you all again." He said, I'm sorry. Yeah, he. Matter of fact, I see it. He also said, "I want to thank you all for last week's powerful, important warrior class."
I should.
Thank you very much. So the discussion were very important and necessary for our people. Thank you again. I look forward to more.
Thank you. Thank you.
We appreciate you, brother.
So we're gonna get into it. If I'm sure most of you all have witnessed somebody being subdued by police. These techniques they call pain and compliance. Now, keyword compliance.
Yes,
okay, it's pain to make you comply. And people say, just comply. to comply with an oppressive capitalistic system means to just submit to your enslavement. I can't agree with that. Comply. So police came at me. They came in my house and they get on the ground. I said no. Something just told me I get on the ground, they're gonna kick me to death. It's just something strong. It was in my gut. I said no. I said I had my hands up. No. Well, when they came in, I actually had a sword in my hand because I was talking with a student who was there too. And to be honest, the only reason I let them take me, they were grabbing him. I said, no, you're looking for me. Like that. Let him go. They were not. I said, let him go. Go ahead and leave. Go ahead and leave. His name's Lowell. Go ahead and leave, Lowell. Leave. They stood out the way. They let him walk out. He looking like, what the hell? You got these dudes under control. Not really, but they knew. So the information they had on me, they would rather do this as peacefully as possible. So they said, get on your knee. No, absolutely not. They said, get on your knee. I said, no. I said, I'm going to let you take me, but I'm not getting on my knees. Okay, this is how I went to jail. I said, I'm not getting on my knees. I put my hands behind my own back. Because if they start trying to force me into a steel support lock, which is they force your arm and they put the cuffs on it, and force your arm behind your back, I don't know how I'm going to react. So I put my own, I said, go ahead. So they put the cuffs on. They put the cuffs too tight. So when I got in the car, I told the officer, the brother, look, black, he ain't a brother. I said, the cuffs are too tight, man. Cuffs too tight. You know, can you loosen the cuffs a little bit? He said, I know about you. I know about your history. I'm not loosening those cuffs. You're too dangerous for me to loosen the cuffs. I said, dangerous? Just loosen the cuffs, brother. I know a little bit of martial art. He said, what about your special forces training? What about I said, I don't know what. Huh? The motherfucker wouldn't loosen the cuffs, so it went through my skin. The actual cuffs cut my skin. They didn't care. They had me in the van, not strapped, not the seatbelt not on, so I'm getting thrown around because they were worried. They didn't want me stable. They wanted me jacked up. So I would be safer to them. Of course, when I went in, I was risk to officers. You get this red band for violent criminal, and then a big R on it for risk to officers. So this is the stuff they do. Now, mind you, I said, hey, you can take me. And they still jammed a goddamn cuff through my wrist. You all have probably seen, at least on video, them saying, you know, stop resisting, but they're jacking you up or jacking the person up. This is what they do. So what they're doing is to defend themselves legally if it goes to court.
Right.
With me, they didn't care. He's so violent and dangerous, we can't, fuck that. But for most people, they worry about court. With me, they know they whatever they did in court, they gave my resume, people would have been like, oh, yeah, that motherfucker was too dangerous. They did whatever. But your average person's not like that. So
and they get the same treatment.
And and worse treatment.
Yeah, we seen worse treatment. They don't know how to comply the proper way most of the time. Too.
Right. And so
I just want to say that too real quick. And we don't have to get into that, but what we're talking about is for your own discretion.
Right.
The only thing I will say is what you see happen a lot is people consenting halfway. Like Baba said, I don't want to risk them trying to grab my arm and do all kind of stuff. If I'm going to comply, I'm going to comply.
Right.
Here you go. All right. Okay, let's do it. I ain't gonna be, man, what y'all, hold up. Wait a second though. But I'm not trying to be funny.
And they'll say you resisted.
That's how you get the jacket right there. That's how you get it. So that part. they get to use that against you. But wait a minute, bro, but I'm trying to sound just, you know what I'm saying? It's either it is or it ain't. That's how I live like that. You see me out here, you ain't gonna see me arguing with somebody for too long. I'm either be just about to, it's not gonna get me nowhere. We about to do something or we not. Then let's go. So I just want to throw that out there for people.
Now,
take care of how you going to use that.
After getting out of jail, I said myself, I'm not saying this for you all. This is me. I said I'll never go again. Most of the time, if not all the time, every time I've encountered the police, I take control of the situation. Because in my mind, if you don't, you end up dead. Now, I know how to take control of the situation where I'm not putting them in a position of fear either. Okay. But to punk out to the police, it's like throwing holy water on a vampire. They'll do you more damage. You stop on like you, hey, ho. Like a lot of times they'll say the person was resisting, you just, hey, ho. They trying to grab your arm, you, ho, hey, no, let me talk to you. And they'll say, you resisting, they'll split your head. Had a conversation with a cop one time, talking about Rodney King. He said, they didn't mean Rodney King any harm. I said, are you serious? They didn't mean him any harm. Because they meant him harm. See, they hit him like this. They meant him harm. They can hit him with the end of the stick like this. I said, you're talking to the wrong person with that bullshit. That's bullshit. Now, if the court goes for that, hey, y'all got away with it. That's bullshit. You talk to any of the screamer door, person that does a screamer, they hit like that, and they'll kill you. We hit like that, and we'll kill you. So get out of here. This doesn't mean it can't kill you. And this is damaging, more damaging sometimes.
Right.
And where you hitting that. When we use a pocket shot, we hit like this. Mm-hmm. I hit you like this with a pocket shot. I hit you like this with a bat. And I ask, which one would you rather be hit with? Mm-hmm. In your shoulder, your head, or wherever. I guarantee you say that pocket shot. The pocket shot can kill you, hitting you like this, but that bat can kill you too, or the stick or whatever. So they're using,
and they don't go into.
Let me go get what they use. No, not a pocket shot. I'm going to get a PR-24, which is
it's not a mindless frenzy either, because they got technique. They know what they're doing.
Yes, they're trained. They train and not just trained. They're certified with what they use. So this is a PR-24. This is used a lot of times by the state police, and some city police use it, but they've stopped because this killed motherfuckers. Now, the way this is used by certain agencies and things like that nature, this is like a shield, and then this strikes, to the liver, into the collarbone, up into the chin like an uppercut. You could use like boxing, but this also can whip. Now, the thing that kills people is not the end of it. It's when they whip this bad boy into your head. That kills people. That's what kills people usually with the PR-24. So stop it. And I've seen cops use this like this. Now that's when you use the end. That's different. Because the force of that is not like hitting with this, because it's all of that force into this smaller area. So they hitting with that, but usually they whip it, and that's how they kill the person. Not this. You hit mugs in the face and the head with it, and they're jammed up. But this here will take you out of this. So stop it with the lies on that. So police will use these techniques to try to cover themselves in court and make it like they're not as damaging as something else. Well, see, if we want to damage it, we could do a taekwondo whip kick. That is a bullshit argument.
And then you know that we're trying to damage you. So we can't make it look obvious. So
right.
We're not going to do, we ain't going to kick you in the face.
Right, exactly.
We're going to subdue you to death.
And they'll stomp you in the face, which is worse than getting kicked in your face standing. They'll stomp you in the face saying you were resisting.
Right. And they'll punch you in your face too.
Oh yeah, stop resisting.
Yeah, you seen the video. The guy was trying to get the woman out of the way. He was really waiting for his backup to come. As soon as his backup came on the video I posted for this show, as soon as his backup came, black dude against another black dude, pushed the woman out the way. Immediately started going at the dude. Guys tackling him and stuff. It was just ridiculous, man. Over nothing. Egos, especially that's the worst part when you offend an officer.
Yes.
Ain't even broke the law. You just offend them. So
now we got officers watching, I'm sure.
Yes.
Especially with when that came up. You could take from this too, because these techniques could kill, but most of them are whack. They're garbage. And for those cops that are taking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, figuring that's the way to go.
Good.
Yeah. Good. Sit on your ass. And I'd rather a cop sits on their ass and say, get down here with me so I can subdue you. Than a cop busting you upside my head with that PR-24.
You offended a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu trainers. We know that's not what y'all do. All y'all do.
Yeah. All y'all don't sit on your ass. And
I love to see the ones that do get flipped over and stuff, though. That'd be great to watch.
Now, so we're going to turn this so we can get into the techniques. Yeah, probably. Hold on, my phone.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. So now
we love our savvy technique.
Oh yeah, this is high tech at its best.
Don't get no better than that.
Okay, so first, one of the most common is the straight arm bar that police use.
Just a little bit for you.
Oh yeah. Okay, so the straight arm bar is used. Actually, let's put this here. What's funny? The front of the mic is not where you get the most sound from. It's the side of it. I don't know why. In studying mics, getting mics for this show, actually, I found that out.
That's why you see people holding it like that.
That's true. Well, shit, hip hop always,
exactly.
All right, so the straight arm bar. Now, we do an arm bar, and we're not going to do our arm bar today, because this ain't about us. This ain't about it. This is about how the police are attacking, right? So the police, this is what they normally will do. Even if you knuckled up, one cop's here, the other one is here on your flank coming.
That's where you're coming at.
And he grabs, and when he grabs, he pulls, and he takes his arm here, puts it there, and plants you down with the arm bar, right? He goes, ah! Now, and you go down on your face. Number one, if you actually go down on your face, you could die because your face hits. If you don't know how to fall, your face hits the ground, so they can kill you. So it's potentially very dangerous the way they do that arm bar. But number two, he don't want to be arm barred. Most of the time you get arm barred by the police like that because you're scared. He doesn't want to be arm barred. Now, if you resist this, get ready to haul ass or other things. But from here, he grabs and he gets ready to do this. Now, resist it. Resist. Don't let me arm bar. See, I can't. See, his natural thing is to bend back. You see how he's turned towards me? That hand is right there. Make it a fist so they can see the danger there. So right here. And both my hands are occupied. I'm going to catch this. Bow. If I was a cop and he does this, he is going to eat. Bow.
You're right there on it. All I got to do is turn in and give it to him.
Right. Now, we're not saying attacking the police. We're saying the weakness.
That's all we're doing.
That's all we're supposed to be weakness of the technique now. So, just, however you take that, you take it.
Just collapse the arm. You don't have to have it straight like
right.
This.
when he wants it straight.
You want it
But
one way?
this is how one way, but it's the other way. The reason why this doesn't work, joint locks require a fulcrum, I just said it earlier, did you?
We just went through it.
That's crazy.
Now you're gonna make me forget. You got live on TikTok.
This is crazy. This is crazy. And I've been teaching this for decades.
This is the 37th year that he's taught this.
So it's the damn the fulcrum point, the anchor point, lever. Okay, woo. Okay, woo, shit. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. That was a when people say brain fart,
And
that was a brain shit.
And you taught me something, and this goes back to not being afraid to answer. I still have that. You talked about that on the show. I still have that because I thought lever, and I was afraid to be wrong. I was afraid to be wrong. I should have said something.
So it's the lever, fulcrum point, and anchor point. The problem in this is a lever, this is a fulcrum point. But you don't have the anchor point because she got legs. I can't, this isn't just a stable anchor point. I go like this and just step over there. It's not where it was. Now step over there. It's not where it was. Step back there. It's not where it was. So this isn't a stable anchor point. That's why this does not work. It does not work because you don't have a stable anchor point.
I don't have to accept that.
Now, you say, well, how do y'all do it? This ain't about our show today, but we will later on, not this episode, we will later on, or you come to class, do an armbar and show you how that motherfucker actually works, how it's done. But just to let you know, I don't train police. So unless you come in undercover, covert, if you come in and say you the police, you're not going to get trained by me. Now, because too many of us have been abused and died by the police hands.
But we may show you a little technique if you want to see something.
I'm
just kidding.
Now, he's just kidding. Don't do that. He already been followed by these motherfuckers. So
I do not joke.
Right now, so the straight arm bar sucks because of that lack of the 3 points. Okay, that's the straight arm bar, and you saw how. I mean, shit, it's dangerous because the way he bent his arm and then that fist right there. Oh my God,
sucks him in right there,
man. Fist. We dealt with it last week.
Yep.
Mind's mouth to the neck. Shit, a knife right there is
boom.
Shoot me. It's all kinds of stuff. So, because an arm bar, if done properly, if he pulls a knife right there, right?
It wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't matter because I'm going to down him and his hand's going to reach because he don't want to fall.
Exactly.
But this, you don't feel like that you just either going to plant or not.
Right. Unless I'm scared.
Right, and that's why people this shit works.
They lock up anyway. They lock their own self.
Right,
they done froze. All this froze.
Boom! Then they do it. And then
Exactly.
The cop feel powerful. We did that.
And that's real. Look at folks. That's what they do. They straighten up. They lock themselves up.
Now, so
transport
lock. This here. Pull this to their hip, grab your elbow, and then they push this up. Once they push that up, they lock this. And now, I'm not going to do it the way we do it. They lock this. Okay. Once they lock this in, because it's the lever, it's the fulcrum point is really your wrist, lever, your fingers, fulcrum point. And then this is the anchor point against my body, his elbow. So that's a powerful lock.
Yes, sir.
The only thing is, turn sideways. This anchor point is against a body that can move. So all you do, now we're not saying throw an elbow into the police because you don't have a room to throw an elbow into the police. But cops, this was what will happen. People were like, hey, what you doing? And so he may push his arm back. What you? And now I don't have it.
Came straight up.
He came straight out of there. Or he pushes down. Like, hey, what's going on? And now I don't have it, and I'm off balance. And see where his hand is again.
Yep.
See? That cops is very dangerous, cops.
Yeah.
This is not a good technique. Because once I go here, people say, well, you know, I do it this way. It's still the same thing, especially if in his nervousness, he steps his foot behind you.
Oh, man, that's bad.
Because now you're going to flip over.
Woo, and now this is making sure that same elbow that you got into yourself is giving me extra counter pressure.
People say, well, what about if I go like this? Well, I don't even want that to slip off.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want that to slip off.
That might be the worst way to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Woo.
So this is not that great either. It seems great. It seems more powerful. And if you know what you're doing, it is. But once again, this ain't about our technique. This is about how the police do it. This is how the police do it.
Johnny Law.
So this is how Johnny Law does it. And this is how people Johnny Law, and maybe we shouldn't do this because we're showing how people gonna get out. Get out of these techniques.
No, we're showing the weakness, and maybe they might
true. Maybe they adjust.
I don't know,
and maybe they'll be more just in their techniques or something. Something like that. And so this is just this is how people do. They push out, they push down. Moving that elbow is the key to getting out of this lock.
Yeah. Just
so you know that. Another thing they might do is they might step sideways and bump you with the shoulder. That way, see, see where his fist was turned at me like I was automatic.
It just come out. Just
right,
turn is right there.
His hip is turning into the punch, and that's a powerful ass punch. And I'm off balance already. So that's the weakness of that one.
Be careful.
Okay, so now, next one. So these are common. We had the straight arm bar. We had the transport lock. Okay, transport means they're about to transport your ass into a car or something like that. Rear choke. The rear choke is this.
This is a favorite.
Now, it's not rear naked, which is an actual strength. So a rear naked choke is like this. I go here. I won't show how we do. We do it differently, but this is how it's done with them. The palm to your head, and then they squeeze their elbows together. That's rear naked. That's both hands occupied. If they're doing that, and they have a pistol, both their hands occupied, that means they don't have no hand to protect their pistol. So I know cops ain't gonna do that. He just pulled the tool, but I know they ain't gonna leave it where he could just reach back and grab the man pistol. So I know they ain't gonna do the rear naked.
That's gonna make his hand drop down, then he gonna turn right out of that.
Right. He's gonna grab the pistol, all kinds of stuff. I know y'all ain't doing that, police, but they do. I've seen this done a lot.
Yeah.
So that's the rear choke. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now, the rear choke, which y'all gotta watch out for, police, is when they rear choke you. So let me see what they're saying here. Omnidirectional mics are there. Well, leverage and a leverage is balance. Okay, so now,
how you do this rear choke?
When they grab you, you can grab that, or you can grab your hand, yes. So when they grab you, when the police grab, this goes across the throat. Now, that's not a subdual, because if that crushes your trachea, you'll probably die. But you'll die in I always teach people about crushing the trachea. You can live from it. So if somebody hits you in your trachea, like with the lion's mouth, you crush the trachea. Person can die. It takes about 90 seconds. Now, I want to show something on that real quick. 90 seconds. He crushes my trachea. Don't just figure that's the end of it. I want y'all to start counting 90. We ain't going to get tonight, but go ahead. So, boom. My trachea's counted. Start counting.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right.
Hold on.
8.
Keep going.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Boom.
15,
Keep going, keep going.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Y'all understand? That's a long time. And then I jump in my car and drive off. 90 seconds is a long time.
A lot of adrenaline.
So that also means here, if that happens to you, something like this, you actually get your trachea crushed, you're not instantly dead like they do in movies. Also, police, the person not instantly dead, but you have damaged them probably permanently. So I don't know why y'all would do this, but he grabs me in there. The thing you want to do, well, the thing that people would do to y'all police is instead of, this is where the choke is. Turn your head into this bend in his elbow. The choke's no longer there. Here. Squeeze it on too. Now, I'm not choking now. I'm not choking.
The opposite way of the fat black guy that tells the women to turn the opposite way.
Now that's just stupid. Now, okay, this brother is doing it, and brother, you need your ass whooped for this, man. It's cold shit.
Hope we meet you one day.
Yeah, but you're doing this to.
Okay, just forget it.
Let me not say it. But he's grabbing at first he was doing this, and people just clowned him. I think he said, "Do this," and it hurt so bad, and he's like, "Ah!" This is a big ass dude. First of all, he had the woman go, "Hey!" and the guy, "Ah!" and he's going backwards. Oh, it hurts so bad, and people were like, "That's some bullshit." So then he started telling him to go this way. If you go, now that's even worse. I'm choking worse now. I'm going into where his power is at. He's going to crush my goddamn throat. So instead, you go this way. So now he's on the sides of my neck, but he don't have enough to compress my arteries, so I'm not going to pass out from that. And I tuck my chin. Yeah, I'm moving like that. So that's what's going to happen to y'all, police. People going to tuck their chin, do that. And then their hands are going to come up like C's. And they're going to grab and pull down. Now look at this. Sorry about that. Look at this. Look at all that. Look at all that space there. Woo, boy.
I gotta say, he just got a nice nugget.
Yeah, it's headbutt from behind. That's my training. I'm sorry. So now, let's come forward a little bit so you can see. What I'm going to do now, I have two things I can do, but this is the most simple. Once I pull down, I just turn my back towards the same arm that's choking me. I turn it towards his elbow. And now my thigh is against his thigh. That's what I want.
I don't like it.
And then I turn back this way.
And I'm going.
And he goes down. That's what'll happen to you, police, if you grab people with that and people are determined to get out. See that? See how that happens? He's choking here. They're gonna look in. They're gonna reach up with their fingers in the C. Don't poke yourself in the eye. Folks, if this shit, you ever do this, or if y'all training, working together, training on it. Go up, pull down with your elbows, not your hands, your elbows like you're trying to strike behind you. See, I got all the space now. Keep looking that way. I turn with the back of my thigh to the side of his thigh, and then I turn back facing forward. He goes down, okay? And turn with, they're probably going to turn with force to really slam you into the ground.
That's a bad throw.
Yes. So that is against the rear choke. Next is the body lock. Now, this body lock, this is used in bigger cities, usually, because they're used to this. So I'm trying to grab his hands, and he's moving his hands like, hey. I'm like, hey, give me your hands, man. Give me your hand. So this is how the police did. Give me your hand. He's not giving. And so what they'll do now is pop. See the elbows up in it, they'll pop that elbow. Most police, y'all know this, police, y'all, most of you all are right-handed. So they'll pop the left arm up and come under and grab body lock. The reason why they're doing that, remember, they're right-handed, so their gun is on the right side. So they grab here, head here, so they can't get punched. And then they will knock the leg and bring down. Okay. That's normally what, and that looks, you know, they end up, the person don't want to fall, so they end up on top. All of that. Right? Once again, they say, hey, give me your hand. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. And they're here with the body lock. But, police, hello?
That was our day, I think.
Oh, no, they're not here. That's Yellow Moon and Yellow. So, what if, though, y'all encounter folks that's not afraid? So they don't want you to grab their hands, but they're keeping their elbows close. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Give me. Now he didn't have nothing to pop up under. Give me your hands. He can't pop up under, so you ended that technique. So police, your technique is not going to work. Not going to pop under there because he's keeping his elbows close.
That's a natural thing.
He is worried about you grabbing him, but he's not panicking and having his arms out.
Right.
His arms staying by his side.
We got plenty shows to show you about arm grabs, how to get out of those. We know how to get out of those without doing a lot of movement. We know what to do. We know what to do.
He can't do this tonight. He's going for that arm, that goddamn.
Yep.
And he ain't gonna get that. He ain't gonna get it. Even if you keep that close, you stopped it. But even now, you can say, go ahead, straighten out. And you go,
whoa, say, hey, what happened, man?
What you doing? What you doing, man?
Whoa.
See, there turns he's trying to push me away because he's scared, and then, you might accidentally catch that to the throat.
It could be so fast, nobody might even say, whoa. Get out of here. Just run away. You scream and run.
Right.
Scream and run.
And you talking about, how? Because he can crush your trachea.
Yeah,
see,
hard to talk on that thing when you can't.
Right. So, hey, and on that, he's trying to get me here. Some folk may do as he's trying to take me over. They turn and his hand may pull your damn radio.
Oh my goodness.
From here or this side, because that hand's free.
And then try to give it back to you, but missing his.
Right. He's I'm sorry, officer, and then you might accidentally to your temple, accidentally to your throat with it. So just be careful, officers.
Right. It could break on your head, then not as sharp.
Right.
Big.
Sharp. Right.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, goodness
that could
gracious.
Be a mess.
Yeah. Yes.
Take care of yourself.
Work on better techniques, because that is there now any other. So those are the techniques. Anybody got questions?
And one thing I want to say too, while y'all thinking about some questions. So those techniques, you may think, well, no, they got a bunch of other techniques that they use all the time. Actually, if you train what you'll realize, the best martial artists, they got about 3-4. You may see that choke from standing up. You may see that choke once they already got it. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same techniques. I had to learn that dealing with Baba. Some of these he'll do something. He'll be like, well, you never showed us that, and then he showed me, and it's the same thing. It's just from a different angle, just with a slightly different. You know, you ain't seen it in that aspect. So that's what we're talking about. Let me see. Have this radio back for us. All right. Peace out, Manifesto. I see you up in there. So yeah. I seen that video. I seen where that officer did that, choked the woman out, and on the pavement, man. It was hard to really. I don't watch a lot of that, but I had to do it for the show because I never watched those things. And it's funny, those videos didn't even they weren't even covered. They didn't have a viewer discretion. The ones I copied it from, or nor did it put one on when I posted it. And I think that's interesting. I think they want us to see ourselves in that fashion, in that manner. You know, we talked about that victim mentality concept and how it's tried. They often try to use it against us. Soon as we voice something, is we got a victim mentality, and that's not the case. We can protect ourselves and vent and never be a victim. Even if you have been victimized, that does not make you a victim. You may have been in that specific situation, but as a people and definitely as a person, I'm not trying to be a victim. So let's see if we got any more questions in here. Hope. I'm going to say it. What are you going to say? Peace, soul life. Okay. Say it. Oh my goodness. I might know who these two dudes is. I'm afraid.
Sorry about that, y'all. My daughter was hating to see me leave. All right.
Many times when the victim is black,
they won't say this. This video may be
so that's
disturbing.
What I was just talking about how it's funny that they didn't put any for those videos. Where the two videos I ran for this, the black woman got straight. She was. They didn't put any disclaimer on that. They didn't, and I thought that was interesting, that disclaimer on that type of violence. But I think it's because they want us to see ourselves like that. They want us to see ourselves as victims. They want it to be public when something like that happened. But we don't have to accept that. So
Somebody said, let me see, Hope, what were you thinking? What was that about? Something you said? Somebody says,
they having a conversation.
Is the feed freezing for anyone else? Yes, Candy Rain, because we're in my basement, and so it freezes for a second sometimes.
You said it froze for a second. Cool.
Yeah, for the purposes of collective trauma.
Exactly. That's why they want us to see ourselves in that nature. And like we spoke last show about the whole victim mentality thing. We don't have to accept that label, and we don't have to. We don't have to not vent and not express ourselves from fear of that.
Our manifesto said somebody got him with that transport lock. Says his wrist was jacked up. To this day, it comes back, gets stiff and sore. When I was in the nation, there was a brother, Ronald, who used to teach the FY at Mosque Number 2, which is Chicago. Mosque Mariam, that's there. That's basically headquarters.
I thought you were going to say, before I was in the nation, I used to get all kinds of shit.
I got into all kinds of shit. Wow. But anyway, he used to teach the brothers self-defense. And, when I got in the nation, I said, I look forward to, somebody had mentioned me, in the FOI classes. FOI is through Islam, but it's the processing class, meaning you're training to become an FOI. And somebody told him about me, and people clapping, for me, whatever. And I said, well, I look forward to being able to train the brothers, one day. He said, we're just giving our brothers over to you now. So-and-so. Ryan's real hard. He was an older brother, hard. Became a friend of mine, right? That's my brother. But, he used to eat once every 7 days.
Oh, wow.
He was a beast.
That's different.
His discipline was on some. So he was training the brothers, and one class, I had a disagreement on the technique he was teaching. I felt it was dangerous. It could be harmful. So I said something. So he said, "Well, brother, you're working with against a knife. I'm teaching the safest." I said, "Now blocking the knife is not what you want to do." He said, he said, "Well, you wouldn't show the brothers if you able to. I need the class now. If what you teach is effective, more effective than what I'm teaching." He said, "But the brother gonna come at you with a real knife." He gives a real knife to this brother named Daryl, and Daryl would tell you what happened. And so I said, "He's using a real knife again? You can't show against a real knife?" I said, "I certainly can. However, brother Daryl, if you're using a real knife, I'm using real technique. I just want you to understand that." He said, "Oh, okay, brother." And so I think Ryan thought I was going to be like, "Oh, shit, real knife, I'm backing out." Because most martial artists would back out.
No doubt.
I'm saying that right now, and y'all know it. The martial artists watching right now, most of you all would back the fuck out of that. Because you ain't dealt with no knife for real. I said, "Well, come on. Let's do this." And when the brother, I said, "Remember, real knife, real technique." So the brother said, "Okay, well, I'm going to really stab you then." He comes at me with the worst technique. The second word, a thrust like this is the second worst way to attack with a knife. This is the worst, that damn psycho stab. He comes with a thrust. That's on the straight line. So something coming at you, anything coming at you in a straight line, you get off the X. So I get off the X, pop that shit. I pat it, right? Pop. He figured that's it. When I pat it, I circle it around and I catch him. And outside wrist, our outside wrist lock is not an Asian outside wrist lock where it just goes like this and you twist under. No. It pins you. And so he's like, "Ah!" He's looking at me. And then I take him over and he goes in the air. "Oh, shit." Knife goes flying. He's down on the ground. We call the ambulance. It takes him to the hospital. Daryl became one of my best friends, the one who tried to stab me.
I bet you did.
But he talked about years later on Facebook. This was like 2 years ago. He said, "Man, my wrist still hurts." This was goddamn over 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's what the wrist locks do to you.
And so that's what made me think about that. I manifesto. Yes, they will. A dislocation is worse than a break. A break heals in 6 weeks, and you may never feel pain again.
Right.
Right. But a dislocation will always revisit you.
My fingers still, from fracturing fingers in high school and stuff like that. Shoot, when we was doing the choreography, and old girl tapped me. Ever since then, that thing been woo. Every time it tapped.
When it hits the joint, that's the dislocation.
Right.
If it breaks in here, that heals 6 weeks. Dislocation may take years or never to fully heal.
Right.
Now, there's a song. There is always something there to remind me. That's what I always think about.
That's funny. That's how I'm always think about that. That's funny.
It's always gonna be there to remind you.
What? That's good.
And I always say, well, if I use a dislocation on you, I become part of your family story forever. You will always talk about to your family. Like, shit.
I put my hands on that
motherfucker. Right. Dislocated my shit. Goddamn, my shit hurt.
We don't, and see, that's why we show these techniques, officers, because we don't want you to be home saying, that time I put my hands on that dude, and man, he broke the shit up. Fuck my whole shoulder. I couldn't work no more. I can't shoot no more because now my shoulder ruined. All type of shit.
Can't take care of my family no more.
Yeah, I can't work. I'm sitting here stripping. I don't want to strip. We just want you to get it.
And you know them donuts, his stomach probably too big. It's probably like my stomach from last year.
Oh, no.
So he's stripping like that.
Yeah, now you're gonna strip for a certain group, right? They like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like bears, they call them bears. You're stripping for bears.
Whole bad life, man. We don't want you going down that spiral. So we did this for you.
Now, no technique can work against Clubber Lang. Yes, except that beautiful hit when Rocky hit. That was beautifully choreographed. Rocky hits Clubber and Clubber's leg shakes. You know he fucked him up. That was beautiful beautiful the way they did that, man.
That was like, I wonder.
He still was looking strong up here, but you see the leg, especially if you know fight, you like, oh,
I wonder who did that, who told him to do that, or was that a hit? Like, I wonder.
No, it had to be some boxing.
No.
You shook him up, and you knew it was coming then.
Yeah.
Like, that was great.
Don't get us off topic like that.
Yeah, don't do that, Yapo. Yapo said, that's right, I forgot about that. That was a great scene. If y'all haven't seen Rocky 4 and Rocky 3, that's with Clubber Lang. Watch that. Clubber Lang and Mr. T.
What was the best way to react for
woman, elderly Uber driver? You asked that before. I don't know what that is. Woman, elderly Uber driver that was murdered, and for a young man in Florida, the Air Force vet.
Was the Air Force vet the one that was in his car and they asked him for the ID or something like that? I don't know. We got to familiarize ourselves with that. Man, you know our social media. Drop us a link so we can look at that and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, because
we'll break them down.
I'm not sure what that is. I may have seen it, but I don't remember now. I remember you asking that question, and then we got into something else, and I didn't deal with it. So obviously something that's really in your head. So send us a link so then I can talk about that intelligently.
And we got
Air Force vet was home and police shot him at his door. I think I do remember seeing that. So a lot of times I let y'all, when I get up in the morning, if I see these things, I disregard them. I don't put nothing negative. And I told my wife, they don't give me any negative, because she'll tell me on the news it says so and so. No, if it's negative, I don't deal with it in the morning. I don't want that. The first thing I do when I get up is drink water.
Exactly.
And then I think positive thoughts of how I'm going to make my day go forward positively. Then by afternoon, I can listen to, because a lot of times if I'm watching like Remix Morning Show in the morning and they start dealing with murder or something like that, I turn that shit down.
Yeah.
Because before noon, I don't mess with anything like that. Just so you all know. So
I try not to do no killing at least about 3:30 in the evening.
Yeah, usually I try not to kill till 3:30, between 3:30 and 5. That's the optimal time to kill somebody.
Exactly.
After that, too many eyes on you. Saying negative, they don't understand why you killing. They don't.
It get crazy.
I ain't got time to be explaining.
The police come out at night,
Right? And you ain't got time to be explaining to folks why you had to take somebody out. No, I'm just joking, y'all, because the police are watching the show. They be like, "Oh shit, what's your information?" Yeah. So no, I never thought about that. How do you defend yourself from a This happened. Stop a second. This happened. I was watching it. I'm on the bus stop, and I said, "Oh, this person has training." The person in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Dude walks up, and he's walking in the street, so it's obvious he's about to do something. He reaches in their car. I usually don't have my window down anyway. Damn that, unless it's really hot and I don't want to use the air conditioner. I want natural air. He reaches in the car and grabs the dude's
seatbelt.
No, he grabs his chain.
Mm.
His wife reaches across, pulls his arm in. It was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And the dude stops, and the dude, boom, and his arm, you hear his shit, he hollering. You hear his shit break. Then they keep on breaking his arm. Then they driving super fast up the street, and his feet on the ground. Then his ankle breaks. I was like, they knew what they were doing. Maybe they were either both military or both trained. They knew exactly. They didn't panic. They knew exactly what to do. So your car, your vehicle is a tool. So if somebody reaches in through the window and grabs you, you grab me. Anytime, grab me. He's touching me. I'm touching him too.
Right.
So he's in the window. He grabs my arm. I pull forward and I take off. I pull this shit to my chest. I don't want him to let go. And I drive off. He now is going to be begging me to let him go.
Right. I was just explaining.
And I can't hear somebody begging me to let him go if they by hearing it bad.
I was just explaining to somebody on set yesterday how it really throws people off, because fake martial arts keep a lot of distance. That's how you know it's fake. because they keep you out here where all the danger at. And it throws most people off because the one thing you want to do is really close distance. And so,
or be so far,
right, exactly.
You
ain't in it. So
right.
The fact that somebody grabbed you and the first thing he did was that you don't want that. You don't even know you don't want that. You didn't even know that he's about to do. Oh shit! That's now he's in control automatically. He just took over that encounter because now I'm somewhere I didn't plan on being, and I don't want to be. I don't know why, but I know this is what he wants.
Right, exactly.
This ain't what I want, and I can recognize that now. Who thinking?
And you want it one way and stuff.
Right now, I gotta think. He moving. It's too. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. I love the fact that I love what we do, man.
You know, I was at a club
to pull them in. It does seem counterintuitive to pull them in until you train,
right? Until
you understand the mentality and you see it work. I love the fact that I can remember my emotions and what I was feeling about different techniques when I started them. Mm-hmm. I remember that I thought I was being close. I thought I was close. I thought I was tight. But tight ain't. You could be relaxed and be tight.
Right.
So somebody might say tight. Baba had to tell them when he was instructing me. He was sitting there. You see him over there sometimes when people are doing instructing, like something ain't. And you realize it's the words. Sometimes but yeah, taking that space is something you have to learn and get accustomed to. And then when you see it and feel it, that's why everything we do is about feeling it. Once you feel what your space being take feels like, then you understand this. The whole concept changes. It's so interesting to show somebody that never did it before, they do some like kickboxing or something. And I said, man, just throw anything or whatever. I was going to show you the concept. And whatever they do, all I do is just close. Mm-hmm. It don't matter what it is. If it's a punch, I'm doing this, I'm going to close. If it's a kick, I'm going to whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still going to close. And just that quick burst forward, you're going to always get that, huh.
And this is from other martial artists. Or
it don't even matter because if it ain't real, they not thinking about it like we thinking about it.
And when he says real, you're talking combat.
And I said that on set. I didn't sound like this. I said when it's combative, you know the difference. Right. It's just a difference. I ain't holding my hands up like this if it's combative. You know what I'm saying?
Because this too. So people teach that. They'll say, teach this, and that puts up the fence, and that's true. It puts up a fence, a defense fence, right? Mm-hmm. But it also, that means I'm just thinking about a person punching and kicking. I'm not thinking about tools because if you cut me and this is here, my tendons and ligaments and my artery are here. This is how we are.
Right.
So
we did that
like now in Too Long Didn't Train, I talk about, okay, you can put your hands up, but when a person has close distance with you or they present a tool, those hands, you better turn those hands.
Yeah.
And you can be like this, hey brother, and you pull a knife, you say, why are you doing that? So it still looks natural. Mm-hmm. Why are you doing? Or you can just be like this.
Yeah, like we say, if they like this, and you're like, bro,
what are you doing? See, now he doesn't have my goodies.
Right, and you quick, yeah.
He can still cut me, but he don't have. He cuts here. That's muscle. He cuts here. That's tendons, ligaments, arteries.
That's the end of you using that delivery system.
Right, exactly. that definitely that.
That's the difference right there.
Even if he just hit the tendon, that feels terrible. But I'm not going to be using the tool either.
Right. If you catch me right here,
I can still, God damn it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this is muscle. That muscle is going to hurt, but it could take that. I can still use my hand. Okay. Internal conditioning with breathing. I use Shin Shin Toitsu, mind body meditation.
Oh, I have to look up.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just learning about pot breathe. Somebody's my home. Shout out to my home.
Shin Shin Toitsu.
R.C. Smith,
reactionary gap. Now, when I was growing up, a reactionary gap was a girl's walking down the street and you look at I'll leave that alone. Okay. But if you're black, you know what a gap is. So a reactionary gap was when you look and say, damn! That's what
This will happen when we on too.
All right, y'all. So anyway.
Shout out to R.C. Smith too. I believe I know who that is, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you.
I
think my friends starting to try to infiltrate this
good.
chat. I don't like it.
Why? That's cool.
No, because I talk about y'all, and I'm afraid. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody said Tohei Sensei of Aikido teaches it first. Let me see. So it's Shinshin Toitsu. Okay. So I believe I've heard of Tohei Sensei, but of Aikido, right? But Shinshin Toitsu, I have to look it up. I thought Shinshin was some Chinese, but if it's Aikido, it's probably Japanese. Shinshin Toitsu sounds Japanese anyway. But Candy Rain looks at.
I love the in there when they be in their names or something. When they be talk, how they be pronounced.
Oh, I thought you were like what's her name? He's the devil. He's a rebel. What's her name?
Oh, we talking about
don't like that. That she's half South African.
I can't think of her name.
God, what is her name, y'all?
The girl, the water girl.
Water girl.
Is that what you talking about? That's what everybody call it. The water.
No, not to give me water.
Oh, okay.
She's African too.
Right.
No, the one who sings Doja Cat. Yeah. So Doja Cat, she said, "Ugh."
That's a little ad thing. Yeah. That's a little ad.
She looked back. I looked back the whip, no hair, which is true. She's beautiful with no hair. I give her that. The African part of her coming out.
Right. She used to be she used to be a dancer. That's what she was. A hip hop dancer. She was a hip hop dancer. She used to pop, lock, and break dance for real. That's how she got on. She was a break. She's just a break. She's a b-boy.
Maybe if I cut my hair and go back to pop locking again, I can get. I won't be a big girl, but I may be able to get under. Somebody said Tula Tyler. Tyler's the one with the water.
Hey, we got some events before we go.
Yes.
Bobby, your event, I'll be there at your event too. I'm talking about, so I'll be there.
Well, so that's next Saturday. So next Saturday we'll be shooting from
we'll be streaming.
This event is called African Spirit of the Ancestors, something like that. African Liberation Spirit of the Ancestors.
I believe so. We will be showing.
And so we're opening at that, and it's from 2 to 5, I believe. We're going to start our show there. It's taking place at the House of Ogun, which is where our regular classes are.
Yeah, well.
And so we'll be at the House of Ogun shooting 1 o'clock regular class, but we're going to be shooting from 1 to that. So we'll bring you all in at 1 o'clock. We'll be, doing what we do, and then we'll go right into the show, the presentation. So that presentation we'll be dealing with the mindset of a warrior and how the mindset affects techniques that you do.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you have to question so certain mindsets are not warrior mindsets they think they are. And yes, Candy Rain, Doja Cat is a cow. Yes, she used to dress like a cow and stuff like that. I don't know why, but that was her style, especially when she was appealing more to white folks. Then when she realized I want to appeal to my black folk, she stopped all that kind of jive.
That's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah,
I mean, hell, if I was just trying to sell, so when my book,
Liberation and Self-Determination through Martial Disciplines and Artistry is a good piece. Through
martial discipline and artistry is good piece. Liberation and Self-Determination through martial discipline and artistry is good piece. Yes, and through warriorhood too. They are different. So martial discipline is war discipline, right? If you're looking at it that way, if you're looking at martial discipline as just let me say this. A friend of mine did jujitsu, a Japanese form of jujitsu, not Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And we had a discussion. He said, man, you're an exceptional martial artist. He said, the only thing wrong, I said, shit.
Here we go.
The only thing wrong is, you don't have any honor. I said, what?
Oh, yeah.
He said, because, you hit people and you use knives. I said, I use guns too. I use explosive too. But that's all martial arts to me. My people, we go to the range, we shoot. It's all martial arts.
Right.
So martial arts is not just putting on a uniform, tying a belt around your waist, saying "hoi hi hoi" and doing some katas or ukemi. It's more than that. Now ukemi, which is falls and rolls in Japanese, is important, very important. But why is it important? So I always ask when people come to class, why are falls and rolls important? Especially if I know they come from a grappling art. And usually, the answer is so you don't hurt yourself when you fall.
You will.
Absolutely. That's one. There are 4 answers. One answer that never comes out, is to retain my weapon. To retain my tool. That don't never come out. And that's when I know that person is not dealing with something that's actual martial. They're a martial enthusiast. But a martial artist is dealing with all aspects of being able to defend themselves. So if I meet someone on the street, 2 people want to fight me. For me to do this, and I'm good with this, I am great with this, but I pull a tool. I'm 56 years old. I'm not fighting a motherfucker who's 21 years old with no fighting skill with my hands unless I have to.
Well, we talking about efficiency, eh?
Right.
That's the African.
It's efficiency and effective. Now, he pulls a knife on me from here. I ain't got time to pull a tool. So I better know how to deal. But after I've dealt with him with my hands, in the midst of dealing, I'm pulling a tool. Because he got a tool. But if he's stupid enough to try to attack me without a tool, that was his fault. The only way he doesn't get a tool put inside him is if other people around and they film it.
And you're lucky.
Because in the court of law, they'll say, well, he wasn't in danger, blah, 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 blah. Right? So, a non-combative martial art will speak straight up what the law says and say, as soon as the danger's over, you don't attack him no more. This motherfucker smacked the shit out of my wife. And he smacks it and puts his hand up. And he don't get nothing. Wrong. So now the lawman, he put his hands up. Said, I'm willing to go to jail after slapping the shit out of my wife. I don't know where he's gonna go, but I do know where he's gonna go. Mm-hmm. He's gonna go in the dirt. But if he goes to jail, I don't know. I'm gonna fuck him up.
The law.
So that's warriors. We deal out of love, right? Love for our people, love for our community, love for our family, love for ourselves. Soldiers deal out of duty and sometimes money.
Too. I was saying, and orders. Duty, like you said, duty.
And it's based off of money and fear. If I don't do this, I go to jail. When I first got out of the military, so we had to sign, they don't call it NDA in the military, but we had to sign in our contract. If you speak on anything from special forces, if you speak on anything from intelligence, I had a top secret compartmented clearance. You speak on anything that you have learned in the military for 20 years after getting out. That's 10 years imprisonment, $10,000 fine. That's dealing with fear. Mm. And goddamn right, I didn't. But the day I started teaching what I learned, the day when 20 years hit, I started teaching that. I've been teaching already martial arts, but I started teaching that. Right. So just know that
you follow the law like
warriors. We don't rule through fear. I don't have them in fear.
Right.
Even that, if you said you could die. So no.
Right.
They gonna die. You ain't dying.
I feel I have a code that is the law I follow. Yeah. So I hope I try to make it coincide with the law of the land
as best you can.
Right.
Now we're not telling y'all to break the law.
No, I'm talking about me right now. No, I'm not telling you to break anything.
No, right.
I'm just saying it's a law in some states that a adult can expose themselves, can be nude. This just happened. I wish I would talk about this earlier. A dude just exposed himself in front of a little girl. She was 7 years old. The father seen it, pulled out on him, made him free, covered himself, called the police. They wouldn't arrest him. They said the man didn't break any law. If he wasn't doing anything sexual, in this state he can be nude.
What state is this?
I think it might have been
that sucks.
Like it could be Oregon or something. You know what I'm saying? I think it was like Oregon. I'm pretty sure it was Oregon.
But if we walk our black asses around nude in Oregon,
shot.
Right, right, so exactly.
The officer wouldn't arrest him. He's telling him, man, there's no law against that. That's cool. If it ain't no law against him doing that, that's fine. I got laws. So don't ever come around my child, exposing yourself to my child.
Right.
Because I got laws and I got a code and I'm going to enforce them.
And I'm in Oregon. I'm chilling in Oregon at a party and a motherfucker walking there naked. He's not walking out there naked.
Listen, wherever I'm at on the map, my laws don't change.
Right,
you know
exactly.
What I'm saying? That's what it is to be a warrior. If you want to use the word that nobody, you never hear.
Some people go to jail for peeing outside. Now, to me, that's bullshit. Now, let me look, and not just because I peed outside before. I have peed outside before. But because, look.
I manifesto, I'm going to have to ask you, do not give any spoils out to what's going on in any shows.
I
heard you say something about the acolytes, so I saw that. Don't do that.
Now, what if you got to pee real bad and you got problems with your bladder?
Right.
You're supposed to piss on yourself? So to me, that's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Now, if I step out in front of a bunch of children peeing, I need to get my ass whooped.
If I'm in the parking lot at Walmart and peeing, that's different.
Right, exactly. So now me,
that's when my laws kick in.
I had I believe I had suffered another stroke. I was outside. There's a bunch of geese here to bear witness. Thank y'all, big geese. There's a bunch. It's usually 12 of them that be out here. So I had to use the bathroom. I'm coming from martial art class. I said, man, I gotta pee bad out in Mobile. He said, okay, we're gonna pull over. So we're on the expressway. We come off and go to the first gas station we see. I'm walking to go in the door. Police sitting right here. And I said, I ain't gonna make it in. I said, shit. I go to the side of the place. The cops come around there. I'm peeing. So how you doing, officers? I can't cut it off. I'm just peeing. And they looking at that. I guess they were like, if this nigga just still peeing and say, hey, I mean, what am I supposed to do? And so they went on and got in their car and left. I'm like, shit, they trying to take me for this one. Well,
sometimes
how this gonna look in the court? Especially after they find out I had strokes before. Stroked out old man. He urinated outside. He went to jail. So you got peeing in public? That's the thing with probably public exposure. But man, if I couldn't have made it around the corner, I'd have peed right there. I wasn't gonna pee on myself. I'm sorry, y'all. I got too much pride to do that. I'm not. I got too much pride.
Some situations it's just better to ask for forgiveness. I'd rather say, "Oh, my fault. I on the set all the time. I just said that yesterday. They're gonna have to say, "Hey, brother, you can't do that. You can't go. You can't eat with them. You can't go. You got to tell me because I'm going forward. You got to tell me something."
Now, some of that truth hurts. That pic, brutal yet hilarious. Been there before. Which pic?
Might be the picture of you peeing outside.
No, that didn't hurt. That felt good. That's it. They talking about Truth Hurts, the singer. He did.
I was always afraid of her.
Man, I was scared of her too. That's crazy.
I thought she was going to eat. I think she eat men. That's why she was going to just devour men.
Truth Hurts was scary, dude. If Biden can do it, you should be able to do it. Biden pee outside. The president, if the president of the United States pee outside. See, we already got actors and shit. So, nobody respects the so-called leaders of the free world. Now, if I was the president of the United States, I'd be peeing everywhere. I wouldn't care. But I'm doing a speech because I'm the president.
Now we on too long.
See, we on too long. Yeah. Now let's see. Yes, we do. Iyapo, you have honored and excited me. Pause.
Yeah, she was talking about peeing on an electric fence.
No, that's she. Iyapo's a man.
Yeah, I'm honored and excited.
Manifesto's a man. A woman can't pee on an electric fence, brother, without dying.
I'm confused about everything that's going on right here. And the thumbnail
actually,
are so triggering.
Actually, when a woman, for this show, when a woman urinates, it actually does. It can fly out.
All right, y'all. So hey,
no, I'm just saying. So she wouldn't necessarily die from peeing. I was saying if she peed on an electric fence, she'd be right there, get electrocuted. Now, on that, this is important. Scientists did this study.
Oh my God!
People say if you pee, on the third rail, can the electricity go up back into you and kill you? They did the test. It can.
Wow.
So don't be ignorant and peeing on it. First of all, peeing on the third rail, you bold anyway.
Somebody shitted on himself in public.
Oh no, I don't. Come on.
That's why I don't watch the news.
Look at this latest clip. He took a crap in his pants in front of God and everybody. It's all over the internet.
I can't believe that. I hope it's not.
Well, I would say people when people say they don't think Biden's gonna live out his it's almost over now. His term is almost over, but that is not a good sign.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't even like thinking about two white men. I try to think about white men as much.
White men shitting like I don't like seeing white people eat, so I can't. White people, period. I can't stand them eating.
What are we talking about right now?
White people. They're talking about white people shitting and eating is worse.
We're talking about Biden. It shouldn't have came.
Biden's a white man, ain't
he? I don't want to talk about white men.
They talking about black Biden? Who the hell is he? Well, he told you. If you don't vote for him, you ain't black.
So he felt
and he said you ain't black too. So maybe.
I posted that on the Coke 45 background and nobody liked that. I thought
you put on the Coke. If you don't drink this, you ain't black.
No, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I put that on
the Coke 45 on there, that's black hate. On that, somebody said in reading this morning show, I think their favorite beer is Coke 45. Coke 45 is not beer.
I feel like that was Ear Doctor that said that.
No, it wasn't the Ear Doctor. Ear Doctor would say some shit like that, but no. And I said no. Coke 45 is malt liquor. It's not beer. Malt liquor is not beer, y'all. Nah. That'll kill you. Because they were talking about weed, liquor will kill you. And anything you do that's not in moderation can kill you. Mm-hmm. So smoking weed out of moderation, which a lot of people do now, can kill because you're smoking. It could cause cancer. Anything you're smoking.
I would definitely say
so. So just be careful. If you do too much shrooms, shrooms is good and it heals your brain cells and shit. But you go beyond 4 grams, they call that the heroic dose. Some people say you can die from it, although Kalini's folks say no. They do like 45. Kalini is transition, but they were doing 45. He was doing 45 grams a day. That's a lot.
That is a whole lot.
Candy Rain, I got everything against what you just said, Iyapo. Mm-hmm. What's the matter, Baba? You got something against potato salad with raisins in it? You know what? I've always wanted to try that since people talking about white people do potato salad with raisins. I know black folk, that's the joke again. I want to try, see what it tastes like.
It's funny. I never say nothing about that.
Oh, you had it before?
I don't do it, but I put raisins in my soup, and people don't know that it'd be raisins. And really? I never say, yep. All my soups have.
Now I'm gonna tell you this. I bought a sandwich for my daughter.
Chicken salad.
It was. I think it was just chicken, cut from a deli, and they put grapes on it. She said that shit was delicious.
Oh, I thought about to say raisins.
And I remember when I was in elementary school, this white boy traded me half his sandwich for it was something I had, and it had grapes on a turkey sandwich. That shit was good.
I know.
So hey, somebody said, "Yeah, hey, I'm telling you, Emmanuel Briggs, it was good." Baba, have you seen my question?
I'm looking for it now.
Don't tell me you asked the question again about the lady with the Uber. We're gonna answer that one. All right,
what's good?
Candy Ray said that's busting. Yeah, exactly.
I don't see no questions. No, I don't see no questions. Did
She
you
said
answer my questions? I had to step away. Okay, hold on.
Which question?
I'm looking for.
We're gonna end on that. Let's see. I got everything against what you.
Baba, what was the best? What's the best? We're gonna wait our manifesto and look up those incidents that you're talking about, and we're gonna come back to them. We'll come back to them next show because neither one of us are familiar with the elderly Uber driver incident, or we both remember the Florida incident with the vet from the Air Force, but we don't remember the details. So we're gonna take a look at that, and we're gonna get back with you on that. And we will answer your question the best way to react.
Emmanuel Briggs said his daughter and her mother live in Oregon. Sounds about right. Bunch of weirdos. That's crazy.
I was wondering if anybody. It's 6 degrees separation. I was like, I'll never know anybody that black folks in Oregon. Look at that.
You do?
I do.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, they next to Oregon. My daughter Cosette Wokan. She lives.
Okay, yeah.
Her mama, they live in Iowa. They hate it too. And my granddaughter, she says. So I got 3 grandchildren in Iowa, and the oldest Tutu. She says she's my oldest grandchild. Period. She says she hates Iowa because it's not enough black folk there. I think she said something like 3% blacks, and like 2 blacks at her school or something.
Listen, so, both of y'all nasty. Both of y'all
One
nasty.
of my favorite sandwiches is apple, grape, celery, and mayo mixed together on a bun with lettuce and tomato.
I haven't eaten. I don't know when to.
I would try that, man.
I don't see. Cause yeah, of course you would, Candy. It makes perfect sense. Y'all nasty, and I'm not gonna.
Apples and tuna? No, come on now you're doing too much. You're doing too much. Our manifesto right there. That's too much.
I'm not gonna be a part of this.
That's too much. Apples and tuna. See,
I taste the apples and tuna, cranberry.
But you don't want to be part of.
I'm not just gonna eat. First of all, apples and mayonnaise together. I'm angry.
Tuna got mayonnaise. Yeah. Thank you.
This Miracle Whip is different. You know?
It ain't no Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip.
Apples and I do not eat Miracle Whip. Oh my God.
I used to. I don't eat none of that now.
My wife's best friend, she was like, I don't do mayonnaise. I love Miracle Whip. I'm like, ugh.
Father's Day, y'all. I know I'll be able to talk about that next week. I'll be speaking at an event at the what used to be the where we used to train at, the Sweet Spot. They call it the Hill Space.
Oh, that's where it's at.
Yeah. So I'll be speaking at 680 Murphy.
Yeah, he'll be speaking on with the mindset of martial artists or something.
Warriors mindset. I'm speaking. They're honoring fathers for fatherhood, and I'll be speaking on the not just the.
So if y'all in Atlanta, come on out and support your brother.
And not just speak. I'm gonna have. I'm saying this without my daughter knowing, but I'm gonna get my daughter to come with me as I demonstrate. I'm gonna be demonstrating technique. So simple.
Did you talk to any other brothers? Because you sure didn't talk to me, so you can have somebody there with you to work technique.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna bring my daughter. I'm gonna see if she'll go.
If she can't go, then what?
If she can't go, I'm gonna have to. Bobby, you think you could?
At the last minute.
You know how we do. But I would want her to go because it's gonna be women.
I got you.
And I would like them to see a young woman doing the technique so they can get it in their mindset. Because that's what this is gonna be about. Not actually the Warriors mind, but having maybe I should.
Oh, there's another thing for y'all too. So you say if his daughter can go, you say, Baba, can you go? This is his thing, right? So he would be throwing me around. We don't have issue. That's another thing we're talking about warrior good too.
I didn't even think about
that. Big I little you shit where I can't be thrown cause what? Get your ass out of here. That's bullshit. Normally the reason why I'm the one doing the techniques on here. And sometimes, I'll punch and he does them on me, but most of the time I'm doing it because of my experience, but that doesn't preclude me from getting thrown around. Like what? The matter's the truth. If you cannot take getting thrown, punched, or whatever, and you're an instructor, sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. Because if you can't, I'm gonna teach him to be able to take a punch. I can't take one. So that ain't saying you work. Your days of the mat are done. Right. Advised or whatever, but your days of the mat, take a student that you have trained that can take that class over because your time is done. And if you've never done that because of the big I little you've never been thrown by a student and all that shit, you're playing. Because out there, motherfuckers will throw you.
They don't give a damn what you.
And you talking about, I've been doing it 30 years, you can't throw me? Watch this. Boom. I had a brother tell me, I've been doing Kung Fu for 15 years. You get past all this chi, then I deserve to get thrown. 10 seconds later, he was on the ground. I got past all that damn chi. Stop that bullshit. That's how we know the difference between somebody who's training as a warrior and somebody who just training for fun or whatever the hell you training for.
Whoa, y'all will say he don't need a hot sauce. That's it.
No, all right. Love y'all.
There you go.
You have almost ruined my whole day, Yapo, but I'm not gonna let it. I'm not gonna let it get to me.
This off.
But so now, police, you see what now? I just don't mess with the police.
You see who the real villain is,
right? So now I don't eat hot sauce under any circumstance. Okay, love y'all.
Great show. We appreciate y'all.
Stay black, even Yapo. Yapo, stay black. I'm gonna send him some hot sauce.
Yeah.
Hot sauce.
You got to show us you eating hot sauce.
Yeah. We got need a picture of you eating hot sauce. And I can play spades. I'll never get my car. I can't play spades. And he don't eat hot sauce. I can't. I can't. He said I can't play spades. I'll never get he left the T out.
He meant to say can't.
Yes. All right. Love y'all. Stay black. Stay black. Capital BLACK. Or whatever it is that you may be. And Yapo. We love you. We still love you, Yapo. Be safe out here. Peace. I can't believe he don't love him.
Put that shit on everything.
Yeah, he come to Atlanta. We got to bring some hot sauce, get some real hot sauce. And play spades with him too.
My basketball and spades skill in the basement.
No, I'm gone. All right, Gabo.